Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here and do a little bit of a trip announcement. So we are going to Epic Universe and Disney World the week of Thanksgiving. And I just wanted to jump on here and give a little bit of input on my thoughts of that and why we picked Thanksgiving week, as well as where we're staying and what we plan to do, all of the good things. So first, I just wanted to jump in and say thank you to all of the viewers watching these videos. And we just appreciate any support, but also our goal is to help others, and our goal is to help you guys enjoy the most magical vacations, whether it's Disney or Universal or cruises or traveling the globe. And we have another fun trip coming up that's not Disney related that I will do another video about. But for today, I just wanted to focus a little bit on Epic Universe and Disney and my thoughts of, why we picked the fall, why we're waiting, and kind of the timing of it all, and what my recommendation is to anyone that hasn't been to Florida during Thanksgiving week and is maybe contemplating doing that. I have done it before in the past. We stayed for 9 days, 9 park days, and then we actually had 12 nights at Disney, and we utilized split stays. So that's something that we're going to be doing on this next trip for Epic Universe and Disney. Before, we just did Disney for 12 nights for Thanksgiving week, and it was awesome. It was the best Thanksgiving we've ever had. We had it in Magic Kingdom, and I can tell you the wait times were so low because on Thanksgiving Day, people are busy with family and not really at the park as much during the day. So it did allow us to get on Jungle Cruise and lines that you usually would think would be busy, like for Space Mountain and everything like that, and Big Thunder, but we were able to get on everything, walk on, no problems. So that's another reason we picked Thanksgiving week. With Epic Universe, we actually have high hopes for that as far as wait times. We've been watching the app pretty much every day and weekly for wait times, and with this summer weather in Florida, we've noticed that there's been a lot of people that probably missed out on rides because of the weather, which is unpredictable. But if you plan for late fall, usually you miss that hurricane window and you miss these big storms if you wait. So we've timed it where we're going later in the year, and it's going to be cooler weather, but also still warm enough to be enjoyable. And we do think that because of Thanksgiving, we're betting on the fact that it will be less busy during that day, at least on Thanksgiving Day and maybe that week, because people might be elsewhere for vacation that are usually in Florida, or they'll be traveling home for Thanksgiving week. So that's our tactic there, and what I recommend to anyone interested on going somewhere for a vacation during Thanksgiving week, to just not be afraid of the crowd, just go for it, because you might find out that it's actually less busy during that time, which is why we're doing that. We ended up finding a third-party app that I will also do another video on, and I have a coupon code for that later on that they gave to me to talk about. So I won't say that what it is today, but I won't overload you with too much information. But with this third party that I use, I'm able to save about 30 to 40% on a room total, whether it's Universal, whether it's international, whether it's Disney. It's saved us thousands of dollars booking through this app. And you can do a layaway option, which is just book now and pay later, and you don't have to put any money down. So that's $0 down. There's no deposits. A lot of sites say that there's $200 down for these Disney's hotels and other travel agencies. Ours has $0 down. And so I just want to let you know, if you're interested in that, we'd be happy to shed light on that. And there's also free cancellation. Should you and your family need to cancel for any reason, they offer that as well, which is why we've used this app for all of our vacations. But we'll be staying at the Universal Dockside Inn and Suites for the Epic Universe part of our trip. And like I mentioned, we're doing a split stay, so we're doing 3 days in Epic Universe, staying at Dockside Inn and Suites on Universal property. And so we won't need an Uber. We'll be able to ride the Superstar shuttle between the resorts and get around that way, which is so convenient. And they also pick you up from the airport if anyone is interested in that, saving some money there. And the other half of our trip will be at Disney. So the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, we'll be checking into our Disney hotel. And the benefit in 25 is you get a free water park day. That was a huge perk for us. That saves $80 a person for a free water park ticket to either Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach, depending on which one's open. So if you're doing a split stay to Disney, you actually get 2 water park days. So our first day, we check in. The day after Thanksgiving, we'll get a free water park day. And then a few days after that, we'll check into a different Disney hotel, and that will be another water park day on that check-in day of the other hotel. So even though both of these resorts are technically going to be in a value property level, we are staying at Pop Century for the first few nights, and then the last leg of our trip will be staying at All Star Sports. We haven't stayed at Pop Century before, so we are excited for that. And the reason we're doing it is because we want access to the Skyliner, which is the biggest perk of Pop Century. So you are paying a little bit more for Pop Century, but the benefit of using that third-party app I mentioned is you will get a discount on your room, cheaper than Disney, cheaper than any other third-party site out there that I've seen. And I can give more information about that in a future video, but that is one benefit of staying at Pop Century is the Skyliner, and it can get you direct access to where you need to go. And then All Star Sports is great. We have loved the new refurbed rooms, which is why we chose that. It's the most recently refurbished All Star level resort. So we chose that. And just so you guys know, if you do have a preference on room and you're not able to put that in your booking window when you're on the app booking, you can call Disney World and ask the rep to put a note in if you want to be on like level 3 of the hotel or close to an elevator, even if you don't have a preferred status room, even if it's the standard price. You can put a little note in there for your reservation, and usually Disney will be accommodating of that, which is amazing. And again, the only thing that I would recommend is getting an Uber if you're coming from Universal to Disney. So that's what we looked into. We also looked into a public transit bus, which is $2. The only downfall there is if you have somewhere to go that day or you're trying to get to the parks, to Disney from Universal, and you have a park day, you need to get there faster. And the public bus would take probably an hour or so carrying all your luggage. So Uber is going to be your best bet. And what I do, if you are a nervous rider when other people are driving you, you can actually request different routes. So like, for example, if you're not comfortable going on I-4 and you'd be more comfortable going on a different route, avoiding highways, you can actually request that on your Uber and they're not going to charge you more for it. I did this when we went on a trip to Sacramento, and it was awesome. It was so leisurely, just getting around the city and being able to see that Golden Bridge in Sacramento. Just know that if you ask your driver, usually they'll be accommodating because you are paying them and you're the customer. So don't be afraid to negotiate that, and just ask if you would feel more comfortable going on a certain route between Disney and Universal. Anyway, so after that, I just wanted to give a little tidbit of information. We also are going to be doing a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party, and we'll be doing the Festival of Holidays at Epcot. So we are so excited for that. And then we're doing the water park day and another water park day. And we might just be going to Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. We haven't decided because we don't know which one will be closed during that time of Thanksgiving, because sometimes they switch off of the times that they're closed during the holiday season. And another plan that we have is to have a free day where we just have a resort hopping day where we can look at merch, the other resorts, do little tours of other resorts and little interesting facts. So we'll be doing that and sharing that with you guys as well. And yeah, just wanted to jump on here and give a little trip update. There'll be more information and planning as it comes, but just wanted to share the good news, and we are so excited. Have a great day, guys. Bye.